Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're doing a really fun little beginner sequence. This is going to be a combination of the wine glass and a forward roll. It's also going to have a nice little leg pull back bendy moment that looks great even if you don't have the most flexible back. I don't have the most flexible back, but I still enjoy doing this position. It still looks good. But before we get started, I'm just going to take a minute to advertise my channel. Please do take a minute to subscribe and like my videos. It makes a big difference and I really appreciate it. So make sure that you do take a minute to check out my channel and subscribe. Okay, moving on. Here are your pro tips for this little choreography. My first pro tip is to take your time in the transitions. I know it's tempting to rush through transitions to try to get them out of the way, but they're going to look much more smooth and pretty if you really take your time in each step of the choreography. My second pro tip is to stretch your legs. Always try to really stretch out your legs when you straighten them and make them as long as possible, but especially in this little sort of half split shape, it's going to make a big difference if your knees are 100% straight or just 98% straight. And my third pro tip is not to be scared when you do the forward roll. I know if you're not used to rolls, it can be a little bit scary to try to roll forward with your head towards the ground, but this roll is actually very simple. You have your hands on the hoop and you're keeping your knee bent, so you actually have 3 points of contact with the hoop. And that makes it very safe. Okay, those were your pro tips. So now let's break it down. Start sitting in the hoop and you're going to take one arm forward and place it in front of the hoop on the side. I'm also leaning my body to the side as I do this and ending up with the side of the hoop on the back of my shoulder. My head stays in front of the hoop and I can take my time to do a few little pretty arm waves here. When I'm ready, I'm going to place my back hand, that's the hand behind the hoop, on top of the hoop near the span set. And that same leg, I have my right hand on the hoop, so I'm using my right leg, is going to reach up and place just my toes, not my whole foot, because if I place my whole foot, it's going to look flexed and a little bit ugly. So just my toes against the side of the hoop. I'm placing my bottom arm, that's the arm that's still free, on the bottom of the hoop. And then I push with my two hands and my foot to lift up my second leg, bring it between my top leg and the hoop, and bring it down to the bottom. Once that is done, I can slip my top leg off the side of the hoop, bring it back to the front of the hoop, and come into my wine glass shape. This is sort of a halfway between cradle and wine glass kind of moment. From here, I'm going to bring my top arm back through the center of the hoop. Grab the top of the hoop if you would like. It's not necessary, but you know, maybe it'll make you feel a little bit more comfortable. And I'm gonna reach down and grab my free leg on the bottom. From there I can let go with that top arm and do this beautiful little half split back bendy kind of pose. It's just a nice way to break up this choreography and add in an extra fun, interesting pose. When I'm ready, I let go of that bottom foot. I bring my knees together, so I'm coming into kind of a cradle moment here. Then I bring my bottom leg down straight. I have a small gap between my leg and my body where I can take the hoop. And I'm gonna do a forward pocket roll. I call this a pocket roll because it's like you're putting your hands in your pockets. Make sure that both palms are facing towards each other. Place them on that little bit of the hoop that's in the gap between your leg and your body. And then just roll forward, keeping one leg bent. That leg is going to naturally hook onto the hoop. You don't have to think about it too much. It's going to naturally do it. And I'm coming into my single knee hang or hawk's position. If you want a little bit more information about that roll, if you've never done it before, I have a full tutorial on my channel about that roll. I will link that video in the description, and it should be at the top of your screen right now. And that was the whole choreography. This is quite a simple one. It's basically just 3 moves with a few extra little positions in between them. But it's really pretty. It's a nice way to work on your rolls. It's a nice way to feel beautiful in the air. And with that, I'll just remind you one more time to please do subscribe to my channel. If you're interested in choreographies like this, I've got lots of those. I've also got lots of individual move tutorials. So please take a minute to check it out and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.